It started as a normal evening in Doha. A warm breeze. Crowds moving in and out of the city's biggest shopping mall. Families out for dinner. Teenagers taking photos. Tourists browsing stores. Then, without warning, a loud explosion. Not inside the mall, but close enough that the ground seemed to shift. People looked up, looked at each other, and then the notifications hit everyone's phones almost at once. Breaking: Iran launches missile strike on U.S. base near Doha. That's when fear took over. Screams. People running. Store gates slamming shut. Security shouting orders. Panic didn't need confirmation. It only needed suspicion. And in that moment, Doha changed. Earlier that same day, across the region, U.S. intelligence picked up movement. Iran's military had begun shifting mobile missile launchers near its southern coast. The U.S. had seen this before, but this time they didn't strike first. Iran did. At around 7:45 p.m. local time, a ballistic missile launched from Iranian territory. Its target? A location just west of Doha, only a few miles from Al Udeid Air Base. Al Udeid is the heart of U.S. operations in the region. It houses over 10,000 American troops and hosts advanced aircraft and command centers. It's one of the most strategic U.S. assets outside the mainland. Iran's message was simple: we can reach you, even here. Although the missile didn't cause major damage, it hit an open area nearby. The sound alone was enough to shake the city. In the city, especially at the mall, the response was instant and raw. One witness described it as a wave of fear passing through the building. Some people thought it was an earthquake. Others believed the mall itself had been bombed. Within minutes, escalators stopped. Loudspeakers went off. Some stores sealed their doors. Families ran with children, leaving behind food and shopping bags. Emergency services arrived quickly. No injuries were reported inside the mall, thankfully. But the emotional impact was deep. In one viral clip, a mother is seen shielding her child under a bench as others rush past. In another, tourists are visibly confused, asking mall staff what just happened. This was not a military target, but felt like one. Doha, known for peace and wealth, suddenly found itself dragged into a moment of global tension. So why now? Iran's strike wasn't random. It followed a week of rising tension. A U.S. cyber attack reportedly disrupted Iran's air defense network. Israel's defense minister warned that joint action against Iran's nuclear ambitions was on the table, and U.S. surveillance drones had increased patrols over the Gulf. Iran likely saw the writing on the wall and moved first. But by striking near a U.S. base and not directly at it, Iran kept the action just below the threshold for all-out war. It sent a message without triggering an immediate full-scale response, but also did something else. It reminded countries like Qatar, the UAE, and Bahrain of a hard truth. If you host U.S. forces, you are in range. That's what makes this strike different. Iran wasn't just responding militarily. It was shifting the pressure onto the countries that stand next to America. After the strike, both the U.S. and Qatar released calm, measured statements. The Pentagon confirmed no damage to the base and no casualties. Qatar's government reassured residents that there was no ongoing threat. But beneath those calm words, planning has already changed. U.S. air defenses are now on higher alert. GCC nations are reevaluating missile shield cooperation. And malls, hotels, and major venues across Doha are quietly reviewing emergency protocols. Because even if the strike was meant to scare more than harm, it worked. The footage from Doha Mall is now all over social media. Images of terrified families, abandoned stores, security officers guiding crowds with shaky radios. Iran didn't just strike a base. They hit confidence. And the real danger is that this may not be the last one. As one Gulf analyst put it, this was a test. The next one may be real. The missile didn't destroy a building. It didn't kill anyone, but it sent a shock through an entire city and through global headlines. In just one evening, Iran reminded the world that even quiet places can be touched by distant wars. And now the question everyone is asking, will there be another strike? Or was this just the beginning of something bigger? Stay tuned. Because the tension didn't end in that mall. It just started.